Welcome to the show. Today's show, we have a good friend of mine, Dawn Foreman. She's the owner of Personally Fit, fitness training. And so when I called up to be a guest, I said, what do you like to grill? And she said she likes to grill healthy stuff. And I'm like, well, I guess that goes with what you do, so that's appropriate. So today's show, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna be doing some tuna. We're gonna be doing some stuffed little sweet peppers with some smoked Gouda cheese. We're gonna be doing some squash and zucchini, and for dessert, some grilled pineapple. I think you're gonna like this show, so stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Like promised, we have Dawn Foreman with Personally Fit. It's like a personal trainer. I went to your place. I know no men are allowed, but we had a little meeting in there. It's really, really nice. So welcome to the show, Dawn. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So, okay, we're gonna be grilling on the Sabre grill, which you have a Sabre grill.
Yes.
Okay, and we talked a little bit about healthy grilling, and you I think you put it out to your fans on Facebook through Personally Fit, and you got some great responses.
I did, and let me tell you, I cook like very, very basic. We're all about like things that are gonna kind of stick. We wanna make sure that we're choosing foods that are gonna give you something back.
Right.
So anything that we're gonna prepare today, it's gonna always have really good nutrients and everything that are gonna support your health and taste good.
Which I probably need to do more of that because you're always fussing at me on Facebook. But I need friends like you. I need to be kicked in the whatever once in a while. So the tuna, you a big fan of tuna?
Love tuna.
I do too. I mean, sometimes I'd rather tuna steak than a filet mignon.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll be honest, I've never done that sweet pepper thing with the Gouda cheese. I'm really looking forward to that.
That is a delicious little side item. It's a great appetizer if you have to bring it to an event or anything where you need to bring some little finger foods. Impressive. So impressive. Yeah. Tailgating, I'm telling you, because it's just a beautiful presentation and absolutely delicious.
Okay, so we got the sweet peppers, and then we got the zucchini and squash, which we love. My whole family loves that. Good. And we're gonna cut them in big slices and stuff. And then the pineapple.
The pineapple.
The pineapple. I'm really excited about that.
Oh,
butter,
you should be.
honey. Mm-hmm. And so, if that interests you, I think you're in the right place. We're glad you joined us. Next segment, we'll be in the kitchen, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. As promised, this is what we're gonna be grilling today, boys and girls. Dawn, we got some beautiful little sweet peppers.
That's a lot of color.
I never really, it's beautiful. I mean, it's so pretty. I don't even know if I want to put it on the grill. But I've never really eaten a lot of the sweet peppers. So we're gonna take these, you're gonna core one so you can show everybody what we've done.
Right. You just take it right here from the top. If you have anything, like I have a little pumpkin carver knife that's really kind of cool that you can use for this, but you can also just take a little regular paring knife or a small knife and just pull it around right here.
I did it wrong. Yeah, I wasn't watching you a while ago off camera. I actually whacked off the side.
Yeah, you could do it whichever
that way.
This
it kind of holds
more
it in,
of it.
and it holds it in. Yeah. Okay.
And then all you're going to do is just rinse out to get the rest of the seeds out and everything, and then you're ready to stuff it.
So then we're going to take some of the smoked Gouda cheese that you wanted me to buy.
Yeah, you're going to take a little bit of smoked Gouda. I like smoked Gouda because you want something with a lot of flavor. That way you don't use a lot of it.
Well, we sampled this off of camera.
That's
got
good
flavor.
Stuff. That's good stuff. And then that's way too much. We're going to use just a little bit.
Okay. Well, we'll eat all of it. So you're going to cut this in like little cubes?
Right. We're just going to cut it in little rectangles.
Oh, long. Okay.
Because you want it to fit in there.
All right.
And just a little bit, and you're just going to stuff it inside the pepper.
Okay.
Just like that.
All right. One little piece.
One little piece. It doesn't take much.
Okay.
And that's the cool thing. Like Gouda isn't a very low-fat cheese by any means.
Right.
But the thing is, it has so much flavor that you're not going to use a whole lot of it.
Right.
And
so
it keeps its texture.
So it's healthy, but it's like really not really healthy.
No.
But it's just good.
What makes the whole thing healthy is the peppers.
Excellent.
That's what makes it healthy.
You said something off camera. That was pretty crazy. You were saying how much vitamin C is in them peppers?
Yeah, if you get like one regular red, orange, or yellow pepper, a medium one, you're looking at close to 300% of your daily requirements of vitamin C.
So
that's just kind of like two of these and you're good. The key is with vitamin C, it's not real stable in heat. So we want to cook them real quick. You don't want to, if you're counting on your vitamin C from your peppers, you want to eat them raw as often as possible.
Okay, so
They're
we'll
really
finish
good.
that up later. So we got the cheese, we got the peppers. We're gonna put that on the grill a little later. Now we got zucchini and squash.
Yeah, zucchini and squash is a great little side dish to use for anything.
Right.
Key is zucchini and squash are right at about 25 calories per serving. So we're just going to cut this off right here.
Man,
and you
she's
can,
pretty and smart. Where you learned all that?
Look, huh? You can do this one of two ways. You can just cut little medallions right here.
Yeah.
Or we can cut it as spears, depending upon what you want to do and
Right.
what kind of presentation you want.
Right.
Oh, Lordy, I'm making a mess right
That's
here.
all right. So when you say spears, you just cut it like lengthwise?
Just cut it lengthwise, yeah.
Okay, so let me try that.
So if you're going to use something as more of like a finger food or anything, then you can use it that way. The spears are a little bit easier on the grill than the medallions, just because you can manage them a little bit better, a little
like that?
easier. Exactly.
Well, I did that good, huh?
You did.
Beginner's luck. Watch.
Beginner's luck is right. I don't think
I
you've
didn't
ever
do
done
good
it
in
before.
geometry, but I know angles. I used to weld in our shop. So
There you go.
Look how pretty.
That's
okay, so we're gonna
beautiful.
do this. Now, do you oil it down? Do you put, what do you do with it?
We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on it, and then we're just going to sprinkle it with a little bit of seasoning, some salt and pepper. Cool thing with zucchini and squash is that you can't mess it up.
Right,
Yeah.
and you want the flavor to come through, so you don't want to put too much.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got that. We're gonna have that all prepped for the next episode. And then we're gonna have this beautiful,
That's a pretty
beautiful tuna. I was
beautiful
telling you at the
tuna.
beginning, depending on what mood I'm in, I sometimes would rather order or cook at my house this type of meat than a filet mignon. If you cook it right, the texture actually is just like a filet mignon, and there's so much flavor in it. Now, I kind of helped you out with, I'll have my favorite little rub, and what it is, it's real simple. It's just granulated sea salt, some fresh cracked black pepper, some Hungarian hot paprika, and a little bit of dill weed. And so after I do that, I just kind of twist it all up, kind of grind the dill weed in the dish, and then I added a little bit of butt rub, because as we all know, a little butt rub makes everything better. And we're gonna basically do the same thing, but I'm gonna use grapeseed oil instead of olive oil because it has really no flavoring, and we just need something to help it stick to the meat. So we're gonna just lightly glaze it with the grapeseed oil, and then we're gonna season it with that. We're gonna throw that on a very, very hot fire. You wanna sear it 2 minutes, sear it on the other side 2 minutes, take it off, right?
Right.
And then at the very end, we're gonna do some beautiful pineapples.
Yes, the pineapple, we're gonna just cut it up into planks. And once we get it in planks, we're just gonna melt a little bit of butter and honey and just put a little bit on top of it and leave it on the grill for just a few minutes.
And there's a lot of natural sugars in pineapple, so what you'll end up finding is the sugar will start to caramelize, and that's where the flavor's at.
That's where the flavor is, and also whenever we're talking about vitamin C, about nutrients, that's the cool thing about this entire meal, is that you can sit down and eat it. You're not only gonna have a party in your mouth with all the flavor, but you're also gonna feel good about what you're eating. You're getting all of your omega-3s right here, you're getting all of your vitamin C, great antioxidants and anti-inflammatories in the zucchini, and it's gonna taste delicious.
Well, I'm impressed not only with your knowledge, but with how pretty this food looks. I think you guys, I hope you're enjoying this, because next segment, we're gonna be on the grill with all this food, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. Okay, now we got the food prep. We talked about the sweet peppers, and the zucchini and squash. We got that oiled up. We got the seasoning. We got a little bit of this Cavender's. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, we sprinkled some of this. This is some good stuff. You know, we used this when Jake was on a few episodes ago. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I've never heard of that, but it's really good.
Yes,
so,
good stuff.
So Dawn, why don't we put this on the grill, because this is gonna take a little bit longer to cook than the pineapple and the tuna, right?
Right, we're just gonna put this on the grill. We're gonna put it on the foil.
So we got the grill set at a low temperature.
Yes.
We're at about what, 300?
About 300 or 350, and it's just like you're gonna use it in your oven.
Okay.
Except it's a grill, so it's so much better.
Yeah, and all the heat and all that nasty stuff is outside.
It's outside,
and actually,
right.
you're gonna probably upset your neighbors, because they'll be smelling all this while they're sitting on their patio, and they'll be jealous. So you can invite them over if you like your neighbors. You like your neighbors?
My mom's my neighbor, so I guess
Oh,
I
you
can
gotta-
invite her over
oh,
every
you gotta
so
love
often.
Mama.
Yeah, we live in the country, you know.
Okay, so now we're gonna put these on, and we're just gonna lay them across the grill, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just going to lay them right here.
And again, that's kind of like on a
It's going to be real pretty. Keep
low
it on
to
a low
medium
heat.
fire. Okay.
And I'm not very good with these tongs.
You know
I
what?
use my hands.
Yeah, we're Cajun.
Yeah,
you know,
I can't do
we're on
that.
TV, but it don't matter.
Yeah, okay.
We washed our
If you're
hands.
at your house, you know, it's your own germs. You
But
just
yeah.
use that. Okay.
So
And
you
we're gonna turn those the peppers about every 5 minutes or so,
Okay.
and then the zucchini the same way. We're just gonna flip it every so often,
Okay, so total cook time on the peppers was what, 20 minutes?
about 15 to 20
15
minutes.
to 20 minutes. About the same maybe here on that
A
at
little
that
bit less
temperature?
maybe, but we'll play with them.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes or so.
Okay, look at that pretty smoke. Okay, it's gonna make
Isn't
some
that
nice lines. So we're gonna close this, we're gonna let that go. Now let's go back to the table and talk about the other two remaining things that we're gonna be grilling. One is the tuna.
Yeah, your tuna. Will you have the grapeseed
Yeah,
oil
you know, I
that you're
found
gonna
this
spray on
really
there?
cool thing. It's like in an aerosol can. You know, I normally buy it in a bottle, like olive oil, and you just kind of drizzle it on your finger. So what I do, because it's aerosol and it comes out kind of foamy, you'll see it when I spray here. It has foamy, but when you put it on the meat, it's nice and shiny. So I spray it on my
Right.
finger first. Again,
Well, the
I
cool
wash my
thing-
fingers.
Yeah, the cool thing is too, whenever you're going to spray it as opposed to pouring it, you're going to use a whole lot less of it. So that's nice too.
Yeah, and see, I do a lot of remote cooking demos for customers and stuff, and it's just nice to have convenience,
Yeah,
you know, and this
very
it's real
convenient.
clean. You don't have to worry about it spilling. So we're gonna put this, and then we're gonna take the seasoning, which we
Your
talked
special
about.
rub.
My special rub, a little bit of butt rub, some dill weed, some fresh sea salt crushed, and cracked black pepper, and Hungarian hot paprika, which I didn't know about this until a friend of mine, Grllin, we follow each other on Facebook. He's like he's an editor, or he writes a column. I think he's a chef. He knows his stuff. He turned me on to this stuff, and I am like so in love with this stuff because it does give it an herby flavor, but it does have a little heat. So I'm gonna do both sides, and while I'm doing that, you're gonna be doing some pineapple, but this is what's in the dish
Yeah,
here?
this is just about a tablespoon of butter with about a tablespoon of honey. And we
Okay.
just melted it. And what we're gonna do is take it, once we put the pineapple on the pit, then we're gonna just use a little basting brush and just baste it just a little bit. So for this whole meal, you're gonna have just that tablespoon of butter that's added. So it's really not a whole lot of calories or fat that you're adding to it, but a whole lot of flavor.
And the only thing that we could probably grill that would be even healthier than is like what, cordboard? I mean, you gotta
Oh,
have
no.
some flavor.
This is good stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about
Yeah.
the butter, but okay, come on, it's just a little bit of butter. We talked
Yes.
about the olive oil, which is healthy, the peppers, everything. This is healthy.
That is very healthy.
The
You're
cheese
gonna get,
is a little bit shady, but it's not. We didn't use a lot.
No. The key is that you want to maximize the flavor while you maximize the amount of nutrients that you get. And with the tuna, I mean, you're getting about 1.3 grams of essential fatty acids and omega-3s. So that's all good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, people
So-
take like fish oil pills. We don't have to do that because
You don't need to do that. I know you're going to
just
just put that on a grill.
fish oil
Yep.
pills. Really?
No, if
Come on.
the goal is to eat real food.
Okay.
You know, and all of this is like real food.
All right.
So that's good. Whenever you're talking about trying to eat healthy and everything, the key is just to stay away from the boxes, the bags, anything you get from a window. You want to make sure that you just eat real food that you're going to get at your grocery store.
And, you know, and when I'm talking about, when I'm talking to customers on the floor, you know, grilling, I promote that it is a healthier way of cooking food.
Much better.
It's not like you're cooking something that's just sitting in a pan on your stove that's,
Right.
basically marinating in fat. All the fat, whether it's a steak or a tuna, because there's a little bit of fat, it renders down and drips off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually reducing the amount of fat intake, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not lying to my customer.
No,
it is
you're
good.
telling them the truth.
God,
Let it be known that Keith Guidry tells the truth.
All right, so let's go check on the veggies so
Yeah,
that
we're
we
gonna
can.
have to move them around.
Yeah,
a
we're
little
gonna
bit,
look and
probably.
see how much they seared and the lines
Yeah.
on them and everything. Oh, look at that!
Look how pretty.
Look at that, like we planned it.
I know.
Something was telling me to just you'll be able to go check it.
You could smell it. Yeah, I'm not going to use my hands this time.
Right. No, that's good. So it's a little tedious to flip everyone, but it's worth the effort.
Oh, yes.
It's one of those things that even if have you ever met somebody whose kids just really didn't like vegetables? I mean, I know a few people.
Yeah.
I think once it's prepared in a certain way, and include the kids maybe helping you with the grill. helping them prepare the food and get them excited about grilling, I think it might help them maybe be more prone to, eating the food.
Right. I'm all about helping kids to really like veggies and stuff. And zucchini and squash are two of the veggies that are very easily liked because they don't have a very strong flavor and they're fun to play with. Like they can grab the little spears and run around with them or whatever and use them as finger food,
right.
which kids, of course, like to play with their food. Yeah. Another thing that's really cool with with zucchini and squash is you can just throw anything, just throw a little low-fat cheese on it or what have you. Just to add a little flavor if you're really struggling with your kids to eat it.
Yeah, it's kind of like macaroni and cheese, I mean, everybody likes the macaroni, but I think it's the cheese.
It's the cheese that they like, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to put a lot, but the bottom line is that you want to make sure that your kids enjoy veggies as they get older.
Yeah.
So you want to try to prepare them any way possible where they're going to enjoy them and they're going to eat them readily.
I think if you include them in the dynamics of the prep and the actual...
Definitely.
I mean, we got to teach our kids what we do. That's how
Yes.
I learned how to grill. How did you learn how to grill?
I know, you have to be active.
Yeah.
One of the things that I teach my ladies to do, because I'm a real big proponent of planning your meals ahead of time and such, is get your kids to plan your meals with you and let them each have a night. And even though they may not choose the most healthiest items, every week you just kind of tweak it. Like I always tell the story that one of my kids always wanted tacos. So we did tacos regular, and then next week, we're going to do soft tacos. Before you know it, we're just doing taco salads.
Right.
And so you just kind of change things up a little bit with them, and you teach them how to make good choices.
We got taco night at our house.
Yeah.
Once a week we do taco night, and I started doing it without the bread because I'm on one of those sugar-free type diets,
Yeah.
and so I'm trying to eat a little bit more protein, less sugar. And I love it. I mean,
you're
it's
just
like,
eating the real food. You get rid of all
I
that
got
stuff out of the
steak and
bag.
cheese and stuff like that. But look how pretty. You see how they got the little
Yeah.
sear marks? That's flavor, okay? When you put this in your mouth, those little sear marks, don't freak out, oh, I burned it or it burned. No, that's the flavor. You really want to even blister it even a little bit more. So we're going to close this up. We're going to keep cooking. And tell me a little bit more about, Personally Fit. How long you been in business? Who do you cater to?
Yeah. Well, we just celebrated our 14th year in business.
You're kidding.
No.
I'm so
Can
proud
you
of
believe it?
you.
I know, and only 25. I started young. But we cater towards women, and we're a women's only fitness and weight loss center. And I'm a dietitian by trade, so that's one
UL
of the things.
graduate?
USL.
USL.
Yeah, USL. So, but it is, we focus on really teaching women how to eat healthy in a no-nonsense approach, though.
Right.
There's always this new gimmick that comes out and everything, and we tend to chase those shiny objects. Bottom line is that you just stick to the basics. It's just like we were talking about margarine versus butter.
Right.
It all comes around. You want to eat real food.
Right.
You don't want to eat processed food or
Right.
something that is really synthetic. So just get it from real food.
Well, and grilling, like I said, it's been in my family's history, like blacksmithing. And, I know, like I said, you fuss at me sometimes for some of the things I put on Facebook, but I do like to eat healthy. And having you here, I think is going to actually help other people as well as me, think more about high, top of mind consciousness of, instead of doing the typical grilling, mom, dad, whatever, let's do something a little bit off the beaten path. And this
Right.
stuff is really good.
Yes.
I mean, it's not just healthy, it tastes good.
Right.
Right.
It's got to taste good.
Right. So I hope y'all are enjoying all this conversation because I sure am. I love Dawn and I can't wait to try this tuna, and we're going to be putting the pineapple on. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. We got the peppers and we have the squash and zucchini on the grill. Now we're going to come back with the tuna and the pineapple, grilled pineapples.
Yes.
So let's go back to the grill. We moved the squash and zucchini on the top shelf. Beautiful lines up here. These little peppers are, nice little sear going. You're going to put the pineapple on, and that's also on a medium heat. You don't need a lot of heat because the sugars are going to caramelize real fast, and that's what kind of gives you those little sear lines. So we're going to let that go for a couple minutes, right?
Yes, that's going to be good
And
stuff
we're
in
going to come
there.
back and flip it. And after you've done that, I'm going to grab these tuna steaks. Beautiful, beautiful. And what we did after we moved everything up, we took this particular grill, this side of the grill, and we jacked up the heat as high as it can go. So we're about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit on that side of the grill, whereas this over here is at probably about 500-600 degrees. So we're gonna close this up, and we're gonna talk a little bit about, again, some healthy grilling. I love it. I mean, some people kind of stretch in having to, maybe cook this and force themselves to eat it, but I think, I've served this to people who don't normally they wouldn't normally eat this, and they like, wow, this is actually good stuff. Do you have that same experience?
Oh, definitely. And it's really surprising. Once you stop eating a lot of processed foods, you resensitize your taste buds. Yeah. And once you get rid of all of those extra flavors that you're accustomed to, then it's like you start to taste food.
Right.
And food's good.
Yeah, and if you don't have to put a whole lot of seasoning. No. I mean, you want to taste the food. I know a lot of people, they put like marinades and all this stuff. They're hiding the flavor of the food. Yeah. So we're doing like a little butter and honey glaze here. So let's go back and check on the pineapple.
A little bit of butter and honey, and we're going to put it after you flip it. Then we're going to put it on the top. So we're not going to coat it with it. We're just going to put a little bit on there.
Okay. So you're gonna flip maybe one of those, and we're gonna check that out.
Let's see. Yeah, look how it's getting a little bit of the searing on it. Lines on it, so it's about ready to get a little basting. Our peppers may need to be flipped again as well. Let's check them out.
Let's see. They're looking good. Now the tuna, can you flip that for me real quick? Because after we flip that, we're gonna keep letting this cook.
Look how nice.
You can see how it cooks about a 1/4 inch, only 2 minutes it's been on the grill. And then we're gonna come back and cook that, and we're gonna pull that off in just a second. So let's let this wrap up. Next time you see us, guys, you will be plating it up, tasting it. I can't wait to taste Dawn's little peppers and everything, so don't go nowhere. Welcome back to the show. Okay, look, we got some beautiful food. We got the pineapple. We have the tuna, which is actually just seared perfectly. Nice medium rare. Yeah. We got the zucchini and squash here, and the pepper. I'm gonna try the tuna. That is good. And now the squash. You see how I'm going in order?
Yeah, I'm
saving them.
Yeah. Saving the pineapple for last.
The sweet peppers with the Gouda cheese. Oh, Dawn.
Told you that's good
it's
stuff.
Like, pow in my mouth. Yeah. And then the pineapple with the butter and the honey. Come see me.
What about it?
Oh, that was awesome. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching us. If you want these recipes, we're gonna be posting it on our website. So it's on the screen right now, so just go by and check it out. If you have any questions, send us an email. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Come back and see us again.